Okay, hey everybody, can you let me know that you can see my screen really quickly? I'm having a little technical difficulty where my laptop, I don't know if you heard me saying that, is kind of being fussy with taking a charge. It looks like it's taking a charge now, and we should be good to go. And apologies for being a minute or two late here. So just let me know if you can hear me. Thank you, Jennifer. And I'm going to make sure we are recording. Looks like we are. And let's get going. This is the weekly tips and tricks webinar for Inside Real Estate. The recordings will be posted to the Facebook group, probably in the support area. If you have any questions, I am R. Hartman at InsideRealEstate.com, or just chat your questions in the box, or go ahead and chat your questions below where we post a recording in the Facebook group. The Facebook group is facebook.com/groups/conversion, just like that. So let's jump right into it. The topic today is 20 plus places you can advertise conversion text codes to generate real cell number leads, plus 5 solid offers you can make with them. And this is one of my favorite topics and one of my favorite features with conversion, but one that's probably really, really overlooked and underutilized. Even personally, even though I've gotten some really good leads from this, and it almost always works, a lot of us get hung up on generating, sort of web form leads, driving traffic with Facebook, Google, that we forget that this is a pretty viable way to get actual real cell numbers in real time. So I'm going to start the session first by just going to the place where you create these, give you a basic how-to tutorial on how they're created, and then we'll get into the fun stuff, coming up with creative ways to use this feature. So it can be found currently on the web, under the website dashboard. If you go to Build Squeeze page, I shot Justin Tracy, I don't know if he's the CTO or whatever he is, the old conversion founder, a message this morning said, this nav makes no sense. We need to have these text codes somewhere more visible. So currently they're buried right under the Build Squeeze page, and they're down buried here. And Justin says, yeah, he had me send him over what I recommended, and you should be able to find this and the other features on this great page soon. There's a lot.
Hey, Ryan, this is Annalisa. We lost your audio completely. Hi there, everyone. It's Annalisa with Inside Real Estate. I'm just kind of hanging out here with Ryan today. I think he's trying to recover his audio. I am chatting some links to you via custom text codes or about custom text codes in the chat box. So feel free to check that out while we're waiting for him to get situated there.
Okay, and Annalisa, how about now?
You sound good. And I was going to say, Rick had a question on KV Core. So Rick, what I would do is suggest that you please contact KV Core at InsideRealEstate.com, and they will be able to give you any updated information. We don't have access to that functionality content update on those, so you want to contact KV Core at InsideRealEstate.com. Away you go, Ryan. There you go.
Okay, well, that's really strange. I have don't know why that, everything looked fine on my end. So good. We're here again. What I was saying was you can find the custom text codes area down on the Build Squeeze page link under the website, and I've asked Justin to make this a little more visible moving forward. So hopefully sometimes soon you'll be able to see the text codes, but just note there's some good features right here on the Build the Squeeze page link. You're going to have your Squeeze page builder, your single property squeeze, the 800 call catcher, and we're focused on the custom text codes today. Now, what these codes are, for those of you who don't know, they allow you to set up sort of a short custom code that you can send to your smart number and then get an auto reply. So let me see if I can bring up my drawing tool because it's so much fun to use here. And basically, if you text this thing right here, 5 hacks, for example, to the smart number, which is down here. Your smart number is at the very bottom of the dashboard. I realize this might really look small on your screen, but you should be able to find it. And I'm going to erase all drawings and give up on that idea because it's just awkward to use and go to webinar. Let's see. Okay, but your smart number is right down here. And if you text the code to that, you'll get these auto replies. Now, any of the smart codes that I have on the screen today, you guys can feel free to test. You'll see it on my doc once I bring it up here in a second, just to kind of see the functionality. But these are a lot of fun. They let you basically make unlimited kinds of offers, and there's lots of different places you can put these offers. So creating them is very easy. You would do something like add new. You click add new, and let's say you wanted to do a code for join, watch the recording, to see the recordings, all right, for these sessions. And then you would put any message you want, and maybe I would say you can see the recordings in the Facebook group. It basically gives you the auto reply, right? Group at. Like that. You type your message in, your reply, and that's pretty much how they work. There's not too much to explain there. Any questions on that? I don't think anybody's really confused. They're very easy to set up. And then the only thing that might be a little hazy is kind of how to make the offer. There's not a great explanation here currently. I've also asked that they add a little more detail and to merge in your custom text code there. But basically what it ends up looking like, your calls to action will look like this up at the top. Right here. Go away, James. All right. So right here are some example offers. So if you want to see pics or video of a property, you can actually, without creating a text code, this point I want to bring up, you can actually text any MLS number to your smart number. Now, my smart number found from the bottom of my page is this string right here, the 941 number. Yours is going to be down at the very bottom of your conversion dashboard, and you would simply replace your text code here with your smart number, and that's how you create your call to action. Some other examples, we have so some other examples are down below, and I'm going to talk about each one. These are kind of the sorts of things you can do, and I'm sure I haven't covered them all. But the obvious favorite of mine is going to be niche-focused links. If you were to text golf homes to, and I can hear you guys doing it now, my phone's beeping. If you were to text golf homes to this number, you would get a list of St. Pete, Florida golf homes, and it would be a link to my conversion site with those homes. Now, keep in mind, when I created the code, I had to actually do that search and put the link in my text reply. See what it looks like right here? My message is, hi, here's your St. Pete golf homes list, and then it's going to give you a GU link, which I use the GU shortener to shorten my links. And are you thinking about moving to the area soon? Are you ready to live here? And I might as well bring this up now. Good practice is to give them the thing they asked for really quickly, and then ask an open-ended question to try to generate more conversation, right? To pull them in to your fold and start to have that conversation about real estate. So instead of just giving them the link, I have 150 characters to use here. I can then ask a question, and a lot of people will then reply to that question. Niche-focused home searches, there are lots of different ones of those. You could do fixers, foreclosures, new construction, over 55 homes. And I actually was looking back to an earlier session that we did back in 2015 on this topic. And we've got price reductions, income properties, lakefront, bigger house to get homes over 2,500 square feet. Basically, you get the idea. The possibilities are endless, and you can tailor these text calls to actions to all different demographics or audiences that might be replying to them. So that's the first one, niche-focused links. The second one, the type of thing that you can do is offer a piece of content, a webinar, a video, a free report. So what I've done here is actually put it's a free report, but it's actually a blog post on my conversion site. Maybe I can bring that up here really quickly. Go to my blog section and I'll show you. And I basically made a blog post, 5 hacks for first-time home buyers. Where is this at? Under my blog. So I have a video. I have my 5 hacks right here. It's a piece of content on my site. And what I can do is I can grab my link to this post, and offer that in a text reply code, right? Which is what I've done here. If somebody texts 5 hacks to my smart number, says, hi, here are the 5 hacks, give them the link. And again, what am I doing? Just curious, are you thinking about buying a home sometime soon? Dash Ryan, right? So I give that open-ended question and some interesting content. So what would be examples? Well, it would be blog posts. It might be some other examples would be like the top 5 places to invest in a certain area. You know, a first-time homebuyers webinar would be a great thing if you have a recording of a webinar or a presentation you've done. Things of that nature are great to offer via these text codes. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to get to it in a minute, kind of show you where to advertise. That's kind of the fun part, but we need to, the first part of this is to come up with your idea. What are you going to offer? Create the text code, and then we can go crazy advertising our text code all over the place. So, so webinar videos, that 5 hacks is an example of giving a blog post. Next thing I wanted to bring up is that you can do mortgage offers. Now, some of you might know that I am sort of a marketing director for a mortgage company who uses Kunversion heavily when I'm not doing these webinars with you guys. And even before that, I like to involve my mortgage partners as an agent as much as possible in the marketing, because really, if you think about it, the mortgage comes first. Well, you don't have to think about it. You know that we got to get people pre-qualified, pre-approved first before it's even worth working with them. So in a lot of cases, it does make sense to make mortgage-based offers in your own lead generation, offer mortgage content that nicely then advertises you and your mortgage partner. So in this case, I created a code, Fixer Financing. Now this could be any mortgage content. Again, it could be, you know, how to get pre-approved for a self-employed mortgage. It could be, you know what I mean, anything mortgage related. But basically, you would offer the mortgage financing content, and then you would work the lead from your side. Maybe your lender would work it from their side. So I have text Fixer Financing here, and again, that's going to be sort of a report about fixer-upper financing that they access, but then I am going to follow up and say, hi, here's the fix flip info, and then I say, I can also email a list of local fixer-uppers if you want, because I'm offering mortgage content, but I'm trying to get them engaged in wanting that kind of property. So that's the open-ended question after that. Okay, so that's that, mortgage related. And then I snuck in an example here for recruiting. A lot of you guys want to recruit agents onto your team, whether you own a brokerage or you're at a company that incentivizes that. So I created a code that says, I'm capable. My favorite sort of recruiting offer is 5 capable agents needed. And if you were to text the I am capable to this number, you would basically be sent back to the stock recruiting page on the Kunversion site. I don't know if you knew this, but Kunversion actually has a pretty good recruiting page. I gotta remember where that is. It's at recruit.php. And it's got an old video with my, actually with my voice, and basically it's like a, you know, hey, we need agents to help work surplus leads and so on. So that might be a code that I advertise. Who knows? Maybe maybe I do it with Facebook ads. Maybe I do it in trade publications. Maybe I do it at Brokers Opens on my flyer, right? We need agents. Text I am capable to X, Y, Z, and then you collect their phone number at the same time. So there's another example right there. Okay, so I think I'm not getting questions, so I think this is pretty straightforward info for you guys. Basically, you got to come up with a cool offer. You have different types of offers right here, niche focus searches, webinar videos, free reports. You can create niche focus links all day long by running searches on your Kunversion website. You can do mortgage offers with your lender partner, and you can do recruiting. And I'm sure I forgot 10 other ideas there, but these are just here to get you started. Now, where are we going to put these text codes? The fun stuff. Now, I'm going to run through these examples, and where possible, we can't be here all day, and I could probably spend the next 3 to 5 hours drilling down on each of these, but I'm going to just kind of touch upon each one and give it a little bit of an explanation. Now, the first one is your email signature. It would be very easy right now for me to take this text code, and maybe I want to focus on the 5 hacks. What will be universal? We'll do the recruiting one. It would be very easy to go into your Gmail and create an email signature, right? So here we go here. Hopefully I don't have anything crazy in my inbox that I don't want you guys to see. all my porn and crypto behavior. Let me see here. All right, so I can easily go down to my signature here, and what would I do? Anytime I send a Gmail message, I could put my text code, and I could, if I want to, I can go a little crazy and put multiple text codes right here, just thinking that, hey, after some people read my email, they might get curious about whatever it is that I'm offering in my footer, and this is nice free advertising, for doing the same thing I would do all day. So that's it right there. One idea, one way, email signatures to get eyeballs on these text codes. I might need to give it more context, right? So it says text I am capable. Thinking of switching real estate offices, right? Oh, please do not text that one. I'm not actively recruiting here. Don't have any time. But basically, that's what you do. Think of switching text offices, text right there to that number. And of course, if you're working with agents regularly, this might be a good one to have. And then I would just give it more context on these other ones. All right. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse on the email signatures. That's an easy one to pull off. Next one. Back of business cards, and I have bobbleheads and drop cards. I just got a new batch of bobbleheads in the mail, and basically, I think I actually talked about this last week, but if you go to Sanzo Specialties, you can order these business card bobblehead dolls for about 11 bucks a piece, 12 bucks a piece, depending on if you order in bulk. And you can basically put your face in them and then have your business card, but then on the back of your business card, or maybe you have special business cards created that are only the text code, right? Maybe you just do a card. You can flip the cards over and then have text, 5 hacks for 5 first-time home buyer ideas as an example on the back of the card. And you just go back around to local business owners, see if you can get them to let you place that for free, or maybe pay them a few bucks a month to post that on their, on their counter. I have like a local florist just offered it to me out of the blue a couple of weeks ago. It's actually what made me think of doing this again. It was like, I mentioned I was down the street. She said, "Oh, I love to promote local business people. Put your cards over there with the other cards." I was like, "Oh, cool. I'm going to bring you back a bobblehead doll." So you might find that if you can get 10, 20, maybe you can get 50 of these around your metro area and just have calls coming in all day long with real phone numbers from your text code on the back. It's a really fun idea, I think. And I have here drop cards. Basically, by that I mean you could just put your cards, it's kind of littering, but having on the back of your cards and drop at different places, maybe when you pay the waitress, everywhere you would put your business card. All right, next idea, Craigslist posts and custom images within Craigslist posts. So it might take me a long time to do this, but I think I know how to pull this off quick. So you know that you can post to Craigslist. You also know that Kunversion has a built-in Craigslist poster if you download the Chrome extension. If you didn't know that, definitely check it out. There's a Chrome extension that will allow you to quickly post up to Craigslist. So I'm going to do that here. I noticed today on the dashboard there's a few that I can post right away. I'll click Post to Craigslist, like so. And actually, now that I think about it, if you click Post to Craigslist and you haven't set this up, it'll tell you how to configure it. And then I can click Craigslist, and the auto poster will take hold. Boink, boink, boink. See what it's doing? I'm not doing anything you see on the screen right now, right? It's just cruising through. And then I'll pick the area. I'm in Pinellas County. Boing. Excellent, excellent. All right, it's doing everything for me here. It's uploading an image. Right, pretty incredible, right? That was really cool. I just made a Craigslist post. Now what I can do is I can click here and edit my images and edit posts. First thing I can do is edit my post, and maybe I come down here. I'm going to do this really sloppily, but maybe up top, just for purposes of demo, I go ahead and pop in, you know what I mean? 3 ways to get financing for a fixer upper, right? I just add it to my auto post. That was really easy to do, right? Just took me a second. And it's a little call to action right there. Hi, Ron. Yes, this is being recorded. It'll be posted to the Facebook group. I also believe it gets posted to the support area. I don't know specifically, but if you keep an eye on the Facebook group, you can always find these there. So 3 ways to get fixer financing. So I can put these calls to action within the body of my post. And then again, if I go back down, I could edit the images, and you could always, one of my favorite Craigslist hacks, since you can't, like you used to back in the old Wild West days, you used to be able to link out to a squeeze page or something. You can actually put these calls to actions in your upload them. And I had this example kind of teed up. It was actually from years ago, but text foreclosures too there. So you can make an image kind of like this and then upload it, maybe keep it on your hard drive every time you do a Craigslist post, right? And then just upload it with your posting like this. Now, foreclosures is good. Maybe you would do like St. Pete fixer-uppers, St. Pete real estate deals, St. Pete 55 plus homes, too. You know, whatever your core offer is, and decide what that niche is going to be. And just everywhere you go and advertise, upload it. And this will be another place you can do that within your Craigslist posts. Okay, cool. YouTube and Facebook videos as captions and annotations. Same exact thing. If you're going to be making YouTube videos and you're going to be doing Facebook videos, maybe you're doing property tours, if you're creating any rich video content, it's usually pretty easy to do a little text overlay with your call to action. Now, technically, you kind of have to know how to edit the video and do that, and I'm not going to do that right now. It's a little hard to actually do while I'm running GoToWebinar here anyway, but basically, that's the tip. Anytime you make a video, if you have them on your YouTube channel, you're going to be getting free traffic from YouTube anyway. Add an annotation, which YouTube doesn't let you do, but add it before you upload it to YouTube. Used to be you could just add annotations to YouTube, and I don't believe that's possible anymore, but you can always add these annotations as you create your videos and your files, and it's generally a very easy thing to edit. Okay, next thing, listing and open house flyers. Now, if you have boxes outside your listings, you know, the info boxes, or if you're doing open houses and you're giving away flyers, there's no reason why you can't add a nice looking call to action to those flyers. It could be, you know, text XYZ to XYZ to get a list of other properties near this one, or it could just be your generic offer, you know, how to get financing, you know, 5 tips for first-time homebuyers, whatever it is. But this is a common place. You're giving away a lot of these flyers. You're spending a lot of money to create them. Make a prominent text-based call to action to lift phone numbers out of that effort, right? Open house directional signs. Now, I snuck this one in there. I don't know. Are people going to stop? Can you, you know, when you're maybe if you're placing open house directional signs out pointing to your open house, maybe you can sneak a call text action on there. I'm not going to go too far into that. It might be a little hard to pull off, but maybe if somebody's sitting at a stoplight and they see your directional, they'll hit the text sign. And then here I have signs, which is the bigger use, of course. And I think the most common way people are using this sort of direct response element, you would want to put your text codes on the sign. And again, as I think I mentioned above, you can always put the MLS number to your smart number. So for those of you, I know a lot of times as agents, we buy a lot of different products. You might already have something that offers property details in return for some kind of code or response. You can cancel that service now if that's all you're using it for, because Kunversion will actually do this for you, right? So just on your signs, make sure you put that in. And maybe, again, you have a second rider underneath that sign that has another call to action, right? Somebody's looking at the house. Maybe they want to see pictures of your property. Maybe they also want to see every other, you know, all the, I don't know, all the recent price reductions, text price reductions to this number in the metro area, whatever offer you want to make. Okay, next, what do we have? Hello bars, okay, and partner sites too. There's a company called Hello Bar. That's why I call them Hello Bars. And basically what Hello Bar does is it allows you to put a little strip at the top of your site. You've seen these all over the web, and Hello Bar is not the only one that does them, but I think they were one of the first. And an example of this, if you go to my site, I had support install a Hello Bar script for me, and usually after about 5 seconds, there we go, it pops down, see where it says which best describes you, and it's kind of like this link, and it links over to the mortgage side of things, right, to get approved for a mortgage. Well, I could easily be doing that same Hello Bar and have gotten people to reply to it. So in the idea here, I say Hello Bar, that can be on your own site, and then partner sites too. You know, if you are working with a lender, if you have, we all know business owners in where we are, maybe you can pay another local blogger, another local business owner to kind of run a Hello Bar as an ad on their site. That would be a place to put text code. Facebook ads and Twitter ads, display ads, of course, these are going to be the big ones. I'm just going to show you, instead of recreating the wheel yesterday as I was preparing for this, I knew that I had this sort of Facebook page set up from a few years ago with the guinea pig I used, and you can see some examples of ads. Basically, this one, for example, I don't know how big this is for you guys, but this one, for example, is a video tour of a property, and then it says one text message. Well, what is this? This is the MLS number to the number for more details about the property. And then the second example is text here, foreclosures, for a current list of foreclosure deals. So we actually did 2 text codes next to a video, and then you can run this in stream to people you think might be interested. So we did a few of those, had amazing, just amazing response. If you're going to do live video and then pop this in, because video is so engaging, of course. The only thing I didn't do right is I don't have the text code in the video, as I just mentioned. But this worked really, really well. And the second type of ad would be a straight up, this is just a straight up commercial, more or less. It's got the image with the text code in it, and then it has it as the text of the ad. This will work well too, as long as you're offering an interesting piece of content. So Facebook ads, Twitter, you know, I'm not going to get in, we'll do Twitter in the future, we'll do more on Facebook ads in the future, but basically if you are running Twitter ads, it's essentially the same exact thing. Do an image or just straight text with your text code. Okay, let's see, I'm surprised you guys don't have more questions. Maybe I'm just fire hosing it here. Hopefully you can still hear me, Annalisa. Okay, all right. All right, I'm just going to keep going. So display ads, here's an idea that I have not tried yet, to be honest, but if it works with Facebook ads, I'm curious as to whether Google's display network will allow us to run these as regular display ads. And I think they will, you know, if they look tasteful enough. So that's something to consider. Google's display ad network is very, there's lots of traffic there. Now, you're probably gonna wanna have them click to something at the same time, but for people who don't click, they can do the text response. And if Google bans your ad for some reason, don't blame me. This is untested. So, but there's just an idea. Display ads on Google. I already said drop cards. Let's go a little bit more offline here. 3 big sources, right? Billboards, sides of buses, and park benches. Down here in Pinellas County, realtors seem to love park bench advertising. And usually what I see is the nice, pretty face from 20 years ago. And you know, the company name and maybe a phone number, but there's nothing sexy and exciting about the call to action. If you are going to do park bench advertising, if you're going to spend a lot of money to get yourself on the side of the bus or on the or on a billboard, these would be great places to use these text calls to action, especially like a billboard or a park bench where somebody's driving by every day. They're doing the same exact route. Eventually, if it's interesting enough, they're going to get curious and do it. I have restaurant mats here. That's another place where people, you've seen those in diners, right? You have their captive attention. They're bored. They got their phone in their hand because they're waiting for the food to come. And then you offer a text calls to action. Drop cards, they're actually, it was with the bobblehead doll thing. It's basically just dropping your business cards and littering all over town with your call to action on the back of a business card. I think people do that specifically where there's no other info. It's just the call to action, like text this to this, and that would be a drop card. You just have them printed out like regular business cards, and then pay your kids to litter all over town. I don't know if I'm recommending that, but that's what they are. Okay, so restaurant mats, office windows. You know what? I don't think I have time here, but I was walking around Safety Harbor down here, and there was a broker doing a really, really nice job of this. I think it was Blake Real Estate. And they had in their window next to all their flyers, you know, a really nice storefront. It was a highly trafficked area, and they had nice text calls to action. And I meant to pull this up and show it to you guys. So what I'm doing now as I ramble on is I'm going to try to email this picture to myself so I can show you in a few minutes once it arrives. Here it is. Just give me 1 second. I just got to email it to myself. But I think you guys get the point, right? For those of you who have storefronts where a lot of people walk by and they're browsing listings, example. Okay, yeah, this should come over pretty quickly. Right there. Newspaper open house ads. Oh, Peter, that's a great, William, that's a great idea. I'm going to put that on the doc. I have not tried that, but I've definitely seen and know what you're talking about. William saying, Shanahan saying, have you ever tried movie theater pre-shows? Yeah, excellent, man. Thank you. I don't know, what's the cost on those? I always wondered, but you have very captive audience who's about to put their phone away because, you know, everybody does what the movie theater says to do when they say to silence your phone, but everybody's got their phone right there, and they are pretty darn bored, aren't they? waiting waiting for the previews to start. Excellent. I love that idea. Cool. Yeah, we could probably do a whole, we could turn this topic into really offline ways to advertise your online stuff. And I would argue that text codes are the ideal way to do that because it might be a little harder to get somebody to go to a website and then fill out a form. It's probably easier to just get them to do the text code. Let me go ahead and show you this example now that I saw in the window. Come on. Example here. Boom. I hope this is big enough, but they did a really nice job. This is BlakeRealEstate.com. I don't know if they're who they use, if they're a conversion user or not. I just noticed it and took a quick list. Want a list of foreclosures and handyman specials and that you already sent directly to your phone now. I like to think in my big ego head that maybe this guy saw something I was doing about this in the last 5 years and he got the idea there. But either way, it's very well pulled off. Text SH foreclosure to that number and you're going to get the auto reply with Safety Harbor Foreclosures. Don't do that right now because you're going to have this poor broker calling you back wondering what the heck is going on. We don't want to waste each other's time, but here you go. There's an example of that in action. Nice storefront window. This was there was a festival going on in this area. There were probably thousands of people walking by that window that day. And how many numbers do you think he got? I'm sure he got a good bit, right? So really like that idea. And again, thanks again. That movie theater pre-show thing just blew my mind. That's really cool, William. Newspaper open house ads. If for those of us who are still doing print doesn't necessarily need to be dead. And maybe, I haven't checked, but I wonder if print advertising costs are coming down because everybody's gone digital. There might be some opportunity here to run your open house ads, and then offer under the open house, the picture of each house. You just tell them to text the MLS number for more pictures, or maybe have them text to get a link to a YouTube video. Great way to get squeeze as much as possible out of those old open house ads. And if your brokerage is still doing print, definitely go and recommend to whoever's spending that money that they do this. You're going to get much better results from doing that. Because what are people doing now if they see the open house ad? They're either going to drive by and check the property out, or they're going to go Google on Realtor.com. They're not going to go to your website, even if they see your brokerage. They're going to go to Realtor.com, Google the address, and try to see pictures. So you might as well offer them a chance to do that right there. So I think this might be one of the most actionable things here because a lot of us are still at companies that are running print. So right there. Pinterest boards. Pinterest is not something, it's been something I've been looking into more, but if you do actively use Pinterest and you create boards for specific property types, or you just have one board for interesting houses in your area, might make sense to overlay the text call to action the same way with the MLS number so that people off of Pinterest can get pictures of the inside. And of course, for those, Pinterest is an extremely viral site. I think I heard recently that like 90% of pictures are repinned. And that might be high, but it was like some crazy number. So you can get a lot of viral exposure for your listing and collect a lot of text numbers by including overlays in your Pinterest boards. And maybe, guys, I'll do a little bonus here at the end. I'll just show you how to add, with Google Draw, how to add a call to action over an image. It's the simplest thing ever to do once you know how. Car decals. We've all seen this, Mary Kay. Like a lot of Mary Kay network marketing people use these calls to action car decals, and of course a lot of realtors do. Why not have a text code on the side of your car? Direct mail and postcards is a topic near and dear to my heart. If you are sending postcards, if you're doing just listed, for example, you could just send one picture of the house and then text for the interior pics. You could also, for seller lead gen, just send simple postcards or letters out via direct mail and just say, hey, I have a nifty tool on my site. It'll allow you to access a free report. Tells you how much your house is worth. Text X to X to get that now. So one place you can use it. And then one of the next ones I have here is Facebook page and personal profile canvases. And you know what? I totally forgot. I meant to change so much to do, but I meant to change my profile here. But this is enough for you to get. Basically, you can just change your main header. You can do this on Twitter. You can do this on YouTube as well. The image up top, and you can put a text call to action in there. Right now, I probably had this like this for 3 or 4 years. It just says don't click here. and then they'll click and they'll go through to some links that I want them to click. I don't even know if those are up to date, but you can easily have a text call to action right here. So anybody who's cruising you on Facebook and sees your profile will be able to do that. You also have this little intro section right here, right, where I'm doing that, but I could easily have a text call to action. And it works the same way on Twitter. You can upload, I forget what these are called, and probably also on LinkedIn now. I know there's probably going to be, you don't want to make it look too tacky, but you can tastefully put that little call to action in your social media profiles. Okay. And then the last one I have is on conversion landing pages. William, I like that one too. I got to learn more about. I invite you, William. Send me a link to that if you have one. William's mentioned, have you used a beacon with Internet of Things to broadcast, to use IoT to broadcast a message to all Bluetooth phones? That's a really advanced strategy. Probably easier to pull off than I know, but no, never tried it. Definitely worth trying. So beacons. Is the company called iBeacon? Maybe. Let me see. iBeacon. Yeah. Is it an actual company or is it just a thing in iBeacon? Okay. Definitely. So spam people nearby with your text message. Really cool idea. Cool. Beacons, ibeacon.com. And then I have here on conversion landing pages, I'm going to keep powering through here. And of course, we can build landing pages. And there is a text-based version of the landing page. I haven't been here in a while, but website, build landing page. And we can do text lead. So we could offer something and have the text code and drive traffic to this. And I think we can also do that. I was thinking maybe you could do it with a video page. You can also use any of the headlines on the pages to just, do text XYZ to XYZ and then show the video. So I could basically get rid of all this. Right, have my YouTube video here, have my main call to action. So say I had my video with video of a property, and I was driving traffic to this. I had a property, and it was a text, fixer financing, whatever. That would be my call to action on top, and my button could also say the same thing. So I just wanted to bring that up. That conversions landing pages could be a great place to sneak these codes in. Okay, so on the bottom of the stock, I'll share the stock to you guys now. I have some extra resources. I have a link to the Sanzo Specialties business card holders. That old conversation from 2005. There might be some other ideas that I didn't have here, and that was a little bit of different content. And then that Facebook page with examples. So let me chat that over. Let's see here. I haven't done that. I've done this in a while. Send to all. Here we go. Cool. Beacon.buy is a tip from Peter. Thank you, Peter. Beacon.buy. Ooh, that looks cool. All right, so I'll put that in here too. Beacon.by.
Hey there, Ryan.
Yeah.
I thought I'd let you know and everyone else here, I've just spoke with our product team to mention Beacon and see if we can work that into availability. I don't know what the outcome will be, but they seem to think it was pretty dynamic. So William, I gave you the kudos on that. And Peter, thanks for providing the link. So cool. I'm going to get I put the bug in the ear of the people that need to hear it. So there you go.
So what are they going to actually do? They're going to make our site Beacon ready or something? Or?
I don't know. It was just one of those things where it struck me as very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed the link and I sent it over to Nick. And I said, hey, we should look at this for our marketplace, see if it's something we can integrate with our product.
Oh, definitely. Cool. Cool. Yeah, an integration with something that would be cool.
Right. So I'm just like, maybe this is something we can, really latch onto and make available. So I've put the wheels in motion, perhaps.
Cool. Yep. So Yeah, thank you everybody for participation. By the way, I get really, I get really excited when there's fresh stuff to play with. Hey, it's Bob. What's up, Bob? Okay, Bob's saying Bob. Count on Bob for this kind of response. I'm doing good, Bob. You need to have a secure URL. So conversion is not currently available with the HTTPS. Yeah, that would be something that we could probably do. I don't want to speak out of turn with the product team, but yeah, I'll also chase them on that too, Annalisa, to try to make us more friendly. So Greg says make it available for Androids too, not just iPhone. And cool. Cool. So right here, guys, the 20 plus places you can advertise conversion text codes, some solid offers you can make with them. Does anybody have any additional questions? Are you guys going to go out and do this? Or are you going to stick to more web form based stuff? I think this approach is really well suited to people who kind of want the low hanging fruit and instant conversations. Somebody texts you with one of these codes, they did it most likely, unless they did it from Google Voice or something, they most likely did it with a smartphone in their hand. So if you can call them back really quickly or text them back really quickly, you're going to have a live body. Craig, I'll definitely post them with the notes to this page when I post the recording to the Facebook group. Definitely will. Yeah. Okay, guys. Anything else we can do today, or are we pretty much ready to wrap this up? Anything else, Annalisa?
I think it was awesome. It gave me a lot of different ideas to speak to in my training. I did chat the links to the IRE support page for how to create custom text codes using the Google Chrome extension if you're going to be using Craigslist and text codes, different techniques of which to use those with sign writers and so forth. And this has been very dynamic information, so I'll add this to my little section of what I speak to as well, so thank you.
Cool, yeah. And guys, one final tip, don't go nuts trying to come up with 30 different offers. I'd say come up with one offer that really fits your business right now, aside from doing the stuff for your individual listeners. Come up with one cool offer and then try to guerrilla market and put it as many places as possible.
Hey,
and you should be happy. Yep.
Before you go, could you pop onto the dashboard and open up the inbound text leads?
Yeah.
Because Arlene was saying, hey, where do those end up? So
yeah, good call. So it's under leads, right?
Yeah, it's the third section down. There you go.
Text leads. And
yeah.
I just spun up this.
So we can see everybody who's responded to you in the last while. But when you create those custom text codes, you can see exactly what they were asking for and how to respond.
Yep, and you can also make them a lead, which is pretty cool. I don't remember seeing that. So these are you guys just now, right? So whoever this was from San Diego area for golf codes. Are you sure you want to convert this phone lead into a regular lead? I click that.
Heck yeah.
And then what do I do if I don't have the name?
So what I used to do as a user is I would just do something as simple as need name or like phone lead regarding blah, blah, blah. And then I would put a hashtag in there in front of the inbound text request inside the notes. Just like hashtag need name, hashtag need email address. That way I would have those different buckets of which to glean and work on.
Yeah, so I hashtag golf homes text, need name.
Perfect.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Make those hashtags work for you for sure.
Right, but usually we're probably not going to add them. So if you get them on the phone or you text back and forth and get some info, then you'll click make lead and you'll start filling this stuff out.
Well, and if you go back a screen, you can actually click into the note area.
You can actually do it with phone only, Annalisa.
Yeah. Yes.
And send the mobile app.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Right, go back.
Yeah, if you go back to the text leads section, so you can actually click into those boxes where it says notes and update your notes. So if you just click into that notes section on like the first one, just click anywhere where it says edit or what have you, and you can put a note in there saying, April 3rd, called, left a message or voicemail, said Annalisa, calling them back tomorrow to try to get their name and email address. So you can kind of keep track of where you're at on trying to get a hold of them.
This is what happens when we let tech guys do this.
It's not obvious, but it's there.
Click to add note. Right?
Yeah.
Because this is an awesome feature. Somebody spent a lot of time to build, and it's wonderful, but I would have never known that in a million years that I could click that.
And there's also the ability to click that little drop down,
Yeah.
and you can put in reminders or even go to White Page Lookup, but it takes you to Spokio.
Yeah.
But, you can take these and go to White Pages, 411, take that phone number and try to find, a reverse search for a name.
Yeah, this is wonderful. You can just remind yourself to call the person back. So you try to call them right now. If they don't pick up, okay, cool. 1 day reminder. And then they're sitting there tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Yeah, really cool. Where do we, and Arlene's asking, where we find them, do they appear on your phone? You're going to get a text every time, right?
Right. And then conversions like that kid that keeps reminding you, hey, you need to call these people, you need to respond. So we'll be there, nicely saying, hey, Arlene, call.
Yep. Yeah, you're going to get a text from your main smart number, and all your inbound texts are going to be listed in one little stream, which is kind of convenient, right? At least on the iPhone. I don't know if it does. I think it does the same thing on Android. It should be one combo, right?
Should be.
Yep. Yep. Cool. All right, guys. So there we have it. Some text code stuff for you. Definitely pick one and advertise it like crazy and start getting those cell number leads.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you, Annalisa. I'll go ahead and close this out, and we'll get the recording up sometime in the next few hours, hopefully at the latest tomorrow morning. See you guys.